My very first cycle using a nido, I conceived. And I don't want to assume that correlation equals causation here. Like, I can't correlate the fact that, okay, I have this nido device. I just so happen to get pregnant, with the nido device. Are the two correlated? I would say yes in a lot of ways, but I'm going to explain why and why I think it's worth the price. But I want to just preface by saying I understand the frustration when people on like the Facebook group, for example, will say, I got pregnant my first cycle using a nido. And then people will ask in the comments, like, how did you get pregnant? Like, what did you do this cycle that was different? And then they'll be like, nothing but use the nido device. And it's just like, it's not a supplement or anything, but I do understand when you know better, you do better, right? So I think I kind of get that. So here's what a nido helped me with that hopefully it can help you with. And here's a little tip for you. So it really helped, very, very much so helped to know when I was high fertility versus peak fertility, because evidently there's a difference and the LH strips don't necessarily tell you that. Yes, you can kind of gauge like when you're going to ovulate based on the LH strips when you use them. And I used both this cycle, but the box of strips that I had was faulty anyway. I've talked about this in previous videos. So I felt like it wasn't really that helpful for me. But with the nido device, knowing when I was in peak fertility, I knew to test twice that day. So as soon as I identified that I was in peak fertility that same morning with my FMU, I tested that same evening, and we also baby danced twice that day. Now I do feel like this cycle we timed baby dancing perfectly, but obviously that's not everybody's obstacle. For a lot of people, if that was something that they could just easily fix, then a lot more of us would be pregnant. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think about the nido. I think it was really helpful in identifying high fertility versus peak fertility, identifying ovulation, and if that's of course assuming that it does it correctly for you.